Right, let's take a closer look at the trading relationship between China and African countries. It has seen rapid growth over recent times. China has been Africa's largest trading partner for the past 16 years. Last year, trade grew by nearly 5% year on year to over $295 billion. And it's on track to grow even more, hitting a record high in the first 5 months of this year. Trade up more than 12% to $134 billion. Dr. Yonov Agah is Nigeria's former permanent representative to the World Trade Organization. He currently advises businesses wishing to invest. I asked him about the significance of Beijing's willingness to drop tariffs for 53 African countries.
China already has a duty-free, quota-free market access preferential regime for least developed countries. And of the LDCs, 33 of them are in Africa. So already 33 out of the 53 countries are already having some favorable preferential access to Chinese market. Depends also on the products. Which are the products? Are they commercially meaningful? Are there products that China currently has high duty rates? And then finally, it also depends on the rules of origin. What kind of rules of origin is China going to apply? Will it be accumulation that allows production across different countries in Africa? Could it be rules that allow for third-party inputs into the production process?
This agreement also calls for African countries who are facing tariffs from the United States not to do anything in those agreements with America to the detriment of any other African countries. How difficult is that going to be? For example, Nigeria is facing 14% tariffs, but South Africa is facing 30%. How hard is it going to be to stand as one?
Well, there is something you call solidarity. Staying together is a matter of solidarity. For some, it may be painful. For others, it may be less painful. But what sacrifice can you give in order to stay together and benefit collectively?
China dominates in terms of trade across Africa, but we know as well that the United States of America does still have very strong trade ties, even with your country, Nigeria. Are you confident that this agreement with China is not going to get in the way of your trade relations and your diplomatic ties with the United States?
I don't think so. I don't think so. The political ties between Nigeria and the U.S. are deep-rooted. I mean, they have spanned over several decades since independence. And the composition of trade between Nigeria and the U.S., between Nigeria and the U.S., is rather complementary. I don't think it is at cross purposes. If we look at Chinese consumer products coming into Nigeria, they are mostly electronics, phones, and things like that. If you look at Nigeria's trade with the U.S., it's mostly around commodities and technology. So it's complementary.